All right, everybody, welcome to another fun, eventful time here on Marvel Rivals. Very excited to check out a great matchup here today with STLCC taking on Wichita State University Tech in what is going to be a great series. As we know, last year, in last season in August, we had a little bit of a struggle against WSUTech in our first, getting 3-0'd, but then taking them to a 3-1, losing to them 3-1 in the playoffs, thus ending our season. But here we are to have a little more time against them. Let's see how both teams have done recently, what kind of changes they've made, and improvements-wise. Does look like we have a pretty decent setup of bans here with STLCC getting, it's like Sue, Strange, both teams getting Gambit off the board. Nobody wants to mess with that. Both protected Magneto as well. Does look like WSU Tech is going to protect, however, Moon Knight. So that's a big thing for them because Moon Knight can be rather oppressive in the right hands. And so if they're protecting Moon Knight, that means that they're ready to pull something out themselves and see what they can get going out of it. So, all right, here we are coming out on to map 1 today. We have JJ on Groot. We're gonna have Valor on looks like Cloak and Dagger. We've got Char Char on Magneto. Luke TM on Adam. And then Revan's gonna be playing Sing. Notorious here for that. And Razor is gonna go ahead and be on Loki. So coming out on the first corner here, looks like both teams are going to be on a, well, it looks like WSUTech is going to be on a two tank. Does look like Angela is going to be on the background a little bit, so STLCC holding here close as much as they can. Out comes the ults from Moon Knight. Revan's going to go ahead and get a pick out on Moon Knight early. They're going to stabilize on this corner here. Does look like they do swap to Wolverine. Wolverine will go in for a second and get back out. As well as Char just holding the corner here as Magneto. The thing coming here. Out comes the Deadlock or Deadpool ults from WSU Tech. Sue ult comes out as well. STLC is going to go ahead and commit Cloak and Dagger ults in there, trying to keep JJ up. JJ will go down from Moon Knight. And then out comes the Jeff ult from WSU Tech, and they are going to get a bunch there as well. STLCC's 3-3 comp does come down, taking off a whole minute and 15 seconds off the clock for that first corner. So WC Tech's going to go ahead and get a free push here for a little bit as STLCC gets a small regroup and gets ready to take a second fight. It does look like STLCC has just around 3, almost 4 ults online. WC Tech haven't commit a lot of ults there. It's only going to have 2 coming into this so far. It does look like that Moon Knight is holding a lot. But here comes in. You got a big ult out there from Moon Knight. Looks like Luke TM will go ahead and get Moon Knight out. They're up 1. Revan goes and commits an ult there. That doesn't do much because of the shield. So WC just slightly backs off. STLCC holding here as they try to pick out on the Wolverine. Doesn't. Razor will go down to Deadpool. Deadpool's gonna get 2. Out comes the res from Razor as well. Jeff is going to go ahead and get 1 as well here. Coming up on another Cloak and Dagger and even Groot ults. Can they go ahead and survive? Luke TM does get another res on himself here. However, out comes runes from Razor and Loki. In comes pretty quickly here the Groot ults. It's going to be big coming down. Sue ult comes out on behalf of WSU Tech, and then also comes out from STLCC is the Cloak and Dagger ult. Jeff ult's going to come out for WSU Tech and going to go ahead and pick up 1, looks like, possibly. Yep, it's going to go ahead and take out JJ and Revan. So both tanks down, or 2 of the 3 tanks down for STLCC, and then down will Char go as well there. Does look like Luke TM's going to go ahead and just commit a bunch of abilities to keep the stall of Valor going up. Valor's going to try and stall as much as possible, just surviving. Does look like Luke TM is going to go ahead and keep sustaining so far with the double support. Very impressive and annoying. Out comes the ult by Moon Knights. Looks like JJ is just going to try and fight off that Shark. Um, Coming through here, Deadpool is going to go ahead and emote on him. Here comes the not Deadpool ult coming in as well. Does look like STLCC is going to be coming up on an Adam Warlock and then also a Loki ults here. So two, but there is also a third coming up from Groot. Wolverine having ult as well. Just a little bit of poke damage coming out left and right here as well. In comes a wow double punch from Revan. Doesn't get two, and then it looks like uh, JJ is gonna go ahead and get one of his own as well. Out comes a massive Jeff ult there. Spits out his friends. Does look like Valor is gonna go ahead and try to stop them, but is gonna get three there. So. Out comes the Magneto ult for WSUTech. It's going to get one, but Luke TM's going to get a massive res as Adam Warlock here. Does look like Wolverine's going to go ahead and ult coming out. Out comes Loki ults as they're all pushing through. Deadpool coming through. Blade ult comes out. They are able to get a few here. The Jeff is going to go ahead and get Luke TM. However, Luke TM does res himself and then gets another as well. This oppressive 3-3 is able to keep WSU Tech from coming around the second bend and getting to first point, taking all the time off the clock. So STLCC with a very good position here coming out onto their attack. Let's see, however, how WSU Tech does take hold and adapt. So for those of you watching at home, we're in a very high stakes match here. WSU Tech obviously coming in, I think, second in nationals. STLCC getting taken out by WSU Tech in nationals. So both teams fighting for pretty good position in the league right now, regardless. So let's see how this attack comes out here on map 1 of Spider Islands. Does look like STLCC is going to go ahead and come out with the Groot Moon Knights, Valor Moon Knights, Tartar on Punisher, Revan on Troll Pick, and looks like Razor is going to be coming out on the Lunar Snow. Luke TM thinking, and then we'll go ahead and choose Cloak and Dagger as well. Both teams here getting set up for this push from STLCC. Really love some of these skins. All very creative and interesting. But not my glamour forte. We're not gonna have Tyra Banks whatever it's called for Marvel Rivals. All right, here we go. Coming out. Does look like there's going to be a 3-3 setup as well on behest of WC Tech. They saw what STLCC was doing. They're going to try their own thing here with Thing and Hulk as well. Does look like, however, STLCC will come out with a little more heavier hitting, as well as Moon Knight going to go ahead and push forward there to kind of help out Thor. Moon Knight will go down, however, Groot does end up getting a support off, so that's going to be pretty big for STLCC coming out in this first corner here. Does look like Groot is going to try to just sustain as much as possible. And both teams are just kind of taking blows here. Revan's going to go ahead and go down. Out comes the Thing ult on behalf of WC Tech. And then you've got I don't know if they can do that. I don't have the rule. Give him paperclip. Is there one over there? We're gonna pause right now as looks like there's some issues with the PlayStation 5, but they're gonna go ahead and start back up. Here we are, going back through. Does look like WSUTech is going to go ahead and get a pick out on Char and Razor coming back here. STLCC is going to have to back off of this and just get reset back up. So, Valor on Moon Knight has ult as well as Luke TM. Razor even having an ult as well as Groot. There is going to go ahead and be a take here where both teams have a bunch of ults to commit. Does look like Revan is going to go ahead and go down early and die. The thing for the other team at WSUTech is going to get out, however. Uh, does look like Groot and Moon Knight are going to commit ults and combo those, but both Sue ults come out, ult come out as well. Does look like STLCC is going to have to back up some here and reset. So far, WSUTech is holding very well here. Both teams, looks like Razor's going to go ahead and go down as well. In comes Moon Knight to go ahead and clean up there, getting one as working through, but both teams just fighting miraculously on this corner. Very linear, both teams, however. A small angle here could change the entire course and tide of the round. So it looks like Snow ult comes out. There is Moon Knight as well. They're going to go ahead and get one. They're off of that. Char will go down without getting any. We do have Jeff getting one out as well. Luke TM going down. And STLCC is going to have to back here. So we're in about 2 fights left for this first push for STLCC. They're going to make some adjustments as well. Looks like Storm coming out to get some things here. Uh, in comes the thing, ult from the side. Char is going to go ahead and go down. Razor is going to go ahead and go down. Moon Knight is going to get a pick out there, however. And then looks like they're just going to go ahead and try and stabilize here. But the thing is going to go ahead and push up a little bit. Ours is going to back off. They're going to come through. WSUTech is up 3 ults, however, to just STLCC's 2. But STLCC possibly has 4 coming online here in a second. Coming into this corner, you're going to see a push out here. Out comes the Moon Knight ult, getting 2, both supports for WSUTech. Out comes a res for WSUTech, and then they're going to get 2 more. So they are going to have pretty free pushing up here. Does look like Revan is going to go ahead and ult. Going to go ahead and get another, and then Valor's going to get 2 off of that as well. Both teams getting ready to come up into this corner. There is, however, 2 ults for WSUTech coming out instantly. STLCC is going to go ahead and have a few coming out here as well. Jeff ult does come out. It's going to get a few. Is Jeff going to survive? Looks like it. Is going to go and get 2, 3. STLCC is going to be down a bunch coming out. And WSUTech is actually going to hold that. That was a very, very, very valiant hold on behalf of WSUTech. Both teams fighting very, very, very hard. Like I said earlier, this will be a scrappy, this will be a good one. So go ahead and buckle up tight as we go ahead and get ready to come out in map 2. We'll be back here in a little bit. Alright, here we are, coming out to map 2, STLCC versus WSUTech, coming out here on to Heart of Heaven, Convergence map. I believe this is STLCC's pick, I don't remember exactly, but nonetheless, here we are coming in He's going to try to take some damage here now. Let's see if we can get some support ults working. Does look like they're going to come out of Magneto as well. And then it's a Moon Knight. Looks like Valor's going to go ahead and go down to Moon Knight, however. And there is going to be a pretty coordinated push. Char is going to go ahead and go down as Phoenix, as Deadpool walks across. Looks like Revan and Emma are going to go ahead and pull. Racer's going to go down, slowly trickling out so far. STLCC is getting pretty pushed from WSUTech. Tsukiyomi's going to go ahead and go down. So just one by one, STLCC is getting picked. And not able to actually get a full regroup coming back out. So WSUTech will go ahead and take this one here going into map 2. Unless STLCC will commit to a retake, but they're not. So it does look like STLCC is going to go ahead and start to push early, get a little bit here. Moon Knight is going to go ahead and go down for WSUTech. Revan is up in the top currently, trying to engage as much as possible. Does look like they're going to go ahead and take down the Bucky. Jeff ult comes out. It doesn't, or it gets at least one. Out comes Deadpool ult as well. So just like Char will go down to Deadpool, but we do have a pick of our own, so it is still an even fight. Out comes another commit of ult as well. Moon Knight, as well as Luna Snow, coming out as well. So Razor will go ahead and commit the Sue ult. So far, no picks. Both teams just kind of playing real slow. And then there comes a pick out from Valor on the Moon Knight. So Moon Knight does go down again. They are going to go ahead and try and turn on the Magneto. And we'll get the pick off on the Magneto as well. So now STLCC just applying a little bit of pressure. See if they can get any other additional picks out here. As WSUTech just tries to go ahead and turtle back into spawn. 3 ults currently for STLCC up to the 2 ults that WSUTech has right now. Does look like Charger is going to get pushed out by the Blade. Will have to back off here. Is going to go ahead and go down by Bucky, however, as a case. Take it, and then out comes the Bucky ult as well. There is going to be 2 picks out. They are going to go ahead and try to die on cart here to reset and get ready to take another fight. No ults being committed on STLCC's fight, but there will be 2 that are committed out from WSUTech. So again, STLCC getting ready to take a fight. Now coming up on 4 ults. There is 3 ults for WSUTech, so there is something to worry about here coming out. Does look like Tsukiyomi and Magneto here are going to go ahead and push all the way up on this corner for some reason. Out comes the Phoenix ult. It's going to go help get a pick out on that Emma Snow, or Luna Snow, sorry, and that's going to be a big pick out there. The Jeff just hanging in the corner here. They're able to get them there. Razor will go ahead and get the hit on the Bucky, and then Tsukiyomi will get the pick out on the Jeff. Deadpool is going to go ahead and commit 2 an ult. And then in comes a pick out again on the Blade. So they are going to keep getting them to stagger a little bit. 2:46 left on the push by WSUTech. In comes a pick, and they're going to get the pick out on the Luna Snow again. So this is very good value picks coming out early before a fight can really take place. But however, looks like STLCC is going to have some angles trying to get some picks early, and they will. So Char is going to get the pick out on the Jeff again. So at this point, WSUTech has been staggering its supports while STLCC continues to play some very odd pressure. Coming from a multi-angle position here, however, this does leave them in an advantageous position coming out. So there is going to be 3 ults on behalf of WSUTech. Revan's going to get 1, and then Valor's going to get another. So both Bucky and Blade going down. That leaves just 4. And then they're going to get 2 more picks on the Luna Snow and on the Magneto. WSUTech needing a very desperate regroup as they've staggered for the past 45 to a minute. Now it does look like they're going to go ahead and make a few changes here coming out. Tsukiyomi and Char trying to find and spectate out where they're coming from and what's happening. It does look like we do get a little bit of contest by Revan here. Out comes an ult from Revan. Sue ult comes out. Phoenix holding just by himself. Revan's gonna go ahead and go down to Bucky. In comes the Phoenix ult as well. They're gonna go ahead and get the pick out on the Bucky. So it does look like Luna Snow ult is gonna go ahead and come out. Bucky goes down. Blade is down. Jeff is down for WSUTech. Valor is going to go ahead and push up and try to get as much as they can out here beforehand. Now it's just a point of just taking in a lot of damage to get support ults, as well as dishing out just enough damage to go ahead and start pushing through. Thor is going to go ahead and push out one of them. Char will go down. Thor is up here pushing in. Luke Team is going to have to fade out after ulting, committing ults. Does look like Deadpool will have ult coming online here. Bauer's going to get the pick out on the Magneto. This helps assist in this defense so far. Luke TM is going to go ahead and help get a pick on the Bucky. Does look like the Psylocke for WSU is going to get a pick, but Deadpool ult coming out so far, getting nothing. STLCC tanking some very good holds here. They're going to go ahead and push out onto the Luna Snow, turning on the Deadpool here at this point to try and get a continued stagger. There's a big stagger there. Does look like WSUTech, however, is going to just leave one on and take multiple angles here. Psylocke will go down. Moon Knight will go down for WSUTech. STLCC will go ahead and ultimately hold this push here, only allowing the first point cap to occur. So one with about halfway through that second point so far, coming into map 2. STLCC in good position to go ahead and possibly take map 2 if they so diligently pay attention. So WSUTech staggering there on that second point for a long time, costing them a lot of space. They were able to win a few fights here and there. STLCC was just able to stabilize and to hold those few angles they had, keeping WSUTech in spawn for close to a minute and a half. So out here on this attack by STLCC, we'll find out here momentarily. Are they able to capitalize off of this movement? Does look like STLCC is going to go ahead and let's see what happened here.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
It has been long since I have seen you, sister. How fare you?
I have no desire for small talk. I fight for one reason: to protect Lausa.
Odin sired quite a family. Then he left us all to fend for ourselves.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Alright, here we are coming out the attack for STLCC. We are going to see that they're going to come out Jeff, Storm, possibly looking for a little Jeff Nada going on. They will have Razor out on Rocket. Does look like Storm as well as Magic are going to be heading in here to try to get a pick. This is a very awkward fight coming out. Revan's going to get a pick out on one of the supports. The other support going down. Tsukiyomi then will get a pick out on the Punisher. STLCC will go ahead and hold this point out and take it over. So first point for STLCC coming in here with ease. So all they have to do is take this second point around that second corner and then start up the stairs, and that will be the points. Let's see what happens here. Does look like WSUTech is getting set up, making some arrangements. STLCC is going to go ahead and do a very odd take. Tsukiyomi will go ahead and go down. Not real sure about that one, but it does look like Valor's going to have to reset as Magic. STLCC now doing some staggering of their own. Revan's going to go down, and out comes the res from Rocket. Char is going to get picked out from the Punisher for WSUTech. Does look like Valor just trying to get any sort of value here, while Moss also surviving. there is going to go ahead and be a couple ults coming online here during this fight. Neither team wants to commit at this point. There is a thing ult that does come out. There's going to be a pick out from Reven's going to get picked. Valor and Magic's going to get 2 picks, however, and then going to go down before getting that possibly that third. But Punisher will go ahead and get out. Angela Tsukiyomi is going to go ahead and get another pick there. They're going to go ahead and try and reset a little bit here, but also trading blows with WSUTech, knowing that both of them are going to need to really lock in to hold or push this all the way through. So STLCC will go ahead and lose one early. Does look like WSUTech is going to go ahead and start to drop a little bit, get an early fight. Char is going to go ahead and go down. Does look like Tsukiyomi will go out down as well. Jeff Oat is going to come out for reasons. And Revan will more than likely go down here. Does look like STLCC is going to need to just stabilize. So much to the same degree that WSUTech had coming out. And it looks like STLCC is also having this issue. So multiple angles is the key to overcoming this, and let's see what happens. Does look like Thing is going to go ahead and go in. In comes the ult from Magic. Punisher goes down. Magic is going to go ahead and get 2. Luke TM's going to get one of own. Charge is going to get 1. That's going to be all of WSU Tech more than likely coming out here. A couple of respawns, however. It does look like Revan's going to pick out on the Emma. Going to push out onto the Thing as well. Both backing off and stabilize. Just doing a little bit of poke. Does look like STLCC does have 3 ults, however, to the 3 now 3 ults WSU Tech, so they are even in that respect. Does look like Thing is going to be close by. Thor's going to go ahead and get ready to make a very pokey off angle. Magic is going to have to stabilize out. Out comes the Emma ult from WSU Tech. Luke TM is going to go ahead and go down. Will get rezzed, however. Razor goes down then as well as Tsukiyomi. And STLCC is just going to have to stabilize this one. Still 2 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock here. They do have the ability to go ahead and push around that corner. They still have, well, looks like they did commit the Storm ult, but they do have, looks like Jeff ults here, as well as they did commit Angela ult. So only 1 ult online for WSU Tech. They're going to go ahead and commit here. Thor's going to go in real quick and try and get a little, one of them splits. Is going to take an angle here. Punisher's going to look at him. But however, you got 2 here coming in. They push the Jeff out. Magic will go ahead and go down, but they are going to go ahead and get the Sue out. Revan will get a second there. Razor's going to res Valor, and Luke TM is going to go ahead and spit 2 off the map, and then STLCC looking like they are going to go ahead and take map 2. Wow, Jaden, good stuff. Like watching this, like this has been electrifying, like I said earlier. So we'll go ahead. We'll take a small little break here. We'll be back here for map 3, STLCC for WSU Tech.
Pick your hero. Or villain, I'm not judging. Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Alright, here we are coming out to map 3, STLCC. Uh,
Have said as much. I prove them wrong consistently, just as any diva would.
Well, from one mother to another.
versus WSUTech. Sorry, we just currently checking out some technical difficulties to get through here, but we are excited to come out here on this map 3 and see how everything does come out. Does look like SFC will come out with the Sue, Emma, Jeff, Phoenix, Storm, and Strange.
Now I'm really hitting hard.
Does look like they're going to go ahead and meet here in this room and try to take each other and see if they get any picks. Does look like Tartar is going to go ahead and go down. There's going to be a very big back from STLCC. The poll does come out as well. Valor on Phoenix gonna go ahead and get a pick. Does look like Blue Team is gonna go ahead and go down as well. Invisible ult is gonna go ahead and come out from both teams here, making it even. Does look like STLCC and WSUTech just feeding to get more ult charge from the others. Uh,
Good medicine. An unseen assist.
Look who's here.
What am I? Invisible?
I was fine, so thank you.
does look like the Strange ult, sorry, is gonna go ahead and come out, as well as the Storm ult and Cloak and Dagger ult for WSUTech. Valor's gonna go ahead and commit to ults here. See if we can get anything going. Both teams are going to go ahead and try to stabilize here the best that they can as well. It does look like Phoenix is going to possibly get caught out here. Char stabilizing is going to be a... Valor will eventually get picked out. Out comes Sue ult for WS Tech, and then there's going to be 3 picks coming out for STLCC. In comes the Magneto ult as well, hopefully to block it. Nothing to come of it. Rogue is going to go ahead and back out, as Tsukiyomi will go ahead and reset. Char is going to go ahead and get the pick out there on Magneto, and STLCC will get the point flip.
Throw a gala in our honor.
So Valor is going to go ahead and go down here from Magneto. Luke PM is going to go ahead and get a res out on Valor. Does look like STLCC is going to give a little bit of push in. Storm is going to get ult out there. Out comes a Sue ult. Conversely for STLCC, Luke TM will throw his ult out, and in comes Tsukiyomi with another ult. The Hulk is going to ult on behalf of WSUTech. Both teams just looking for any sort of pick at this point. Just a lot of ults trading, a lot of damage flying. Wolverine is still in. That's going to go to get the pick out on Sue, and there's going to be another pick out on the Storm. It does look like STLCC is going to slightly back off here because there is the ult from uh, Cloak and Dagger. Char and Wolverine will eventually get the pick out on Cloak and Dagger. It's going to go ahead and push the Magneto. Magneto's just going to go ahead and reflect out. Rogue is going to go ahead and get the pick out on Razor and Sue. There is going to be... Rogue will go down. Hulk is going to get the pick out on Luke TM. STLCC still holding here pretty well. Magneto does die. Tsukiyomi does possibly DC for a second. I'm not really sure what happened there. Valor is going to go to get a pick out there and die on point just to get a slight stall. There is going to be only 7% left on this first point here coming out. Hulk ult is going to go and expire. Coming in. Does look like a big ult is going to go ahead and come out here for Magneto and Rogue for WSU Tech. Does look like Sue ult is going to come out on behalf of Razor. Luke TM not able to get the ult out. Char will get ult and spend it immediately. No pick so far for STLCC. There is going to go be a Storm ult coming out. Char will go down. Razor will go down. Tsukiyomi will get the pick out on the Storm. Then both Tsukiyomi and Valor will go down as well. JJ just trying to stall for however long. And then Luke TM will get pushed back. So the first part here of Krakoa will go to WSU Tech on map 3.
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
All right. Second part here coming out.
Phoenix, huh? Not as big as I expected.
This is merely one of my forms. My flames can span the heavens themselves.
Does look like STLCC will make a few adjustments here coming out.
Deserve it.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so Luke TM staying on Rockets. Does look like Razor will be on Sue. Tsukiyomi is going to be on Emma. Valor on Punisher and Charger on Phoenix. JJ on Strange. So coming out here, there is going to be a few different angles, but mainly linearly. There's going to be a couple of commits coming out. Does look like Rocket is going to commit to ulting. Charger will get to pick out on Hulk. That's going to be a big one there. JJ just kind of holding through. Emma will get to pick out on Sue, as well as Valor getting to pick out on Magneto, and then also on Rogue. So STLCC will go ahead and win the first fight here. There is going to be a stun out on JJ. So coming back through, however, STLCC will have 4 ults coming up here, possibly a 5th by Charger, having enough ult charge here quickly. Does look, however, that WSUTech is going to have a few of their own. There is going to go ahead and be a good small backing, and then a big ult coming in from Strange. It's going to go ahead and get 4. Sue ult comes out from behalf of WSUTech. Valor's going to get a pick out on the Sue. Luke TM will get a res on Razor. Charger's going to go down to Hulk. Hulk also getting picked out, getting the pick on Razor. Rogue will go and get a pick on Emma. STLCC will have to back off this, trying not to stagger. Does look like they're going to go ahead successfully do so, not without a lot of ult charge getting taken off. So, coming up on this next fight here, there is now 5 ults coming out. This STLCC not committing any ults. They're just going to keep getting them, and in the meantime, does look like WSUTech will also be able to farm. Oh, so Emma ult does come out, and we'll go ahead and go down. Valor's just trying to stabilize here. Out comes the Storm ult for WSUTech. Char's going ahead, Phoenix ults, Razor and Luke TM ulting. A lot of damage coming out. No picks out so far. Out comes the Punisher. Punisher will go ahead and get the pick out on Magneto. Hulk will go down, as well as Valor will get another 2 more picks. Now moving into stagger territory on WSUTech. WSUTech will continue to back off, and hopefully they can get this small pick out here. Hulk is going to go ahead and push up. Does look like JJ will go ahead and start to back off as well. Punisher just trying to get enough ult charge maybe to get another one. It's going to go ahead and turn the turner form here and just mow him down, hopefully, to get enough ult charge to help assist. There is going to be a big commit from the Rogue. The Rogue will push through. Rest of the team holding back in the angle. Hulk looking for a jump and is going to go ahead and head in. Does look like Valor is going to go ahead and go down. Will he get res? Valor does get res. Looks like I comes out from JJ. JJ will get picked out with that from the Hulk. And now the Sue ult comes out for WSUTech. There is going to be 2 more deaths out here for STLCC. And they're just going to go ahead and try and back off and hope to live another day. And just let WSUTech commit as many ults as they can. So, a couple more ults coming online here for STLCC. They do have the Sue ult still. Punisher ult coming up on theirs, as well as Luke TM. After committing the eye, doesn't get much of anything in the last fight, but will need to try and get some here. So Razor is going to go ahead and find these, looks like, I don't even know what just happened there. So STLCC will play very linear coming out here. In comes the Storm ult. That Razor is going to go ahead and go down. 2 more are going to go ahead and go down here. And then there's a 4th. And we are in final fight territory. Now that STLCC just lost a fight while only committing 1 ult still, Phoenix will go ahead and do down. And that would be a very, very, very big stagger here. So 75% coming on 80% for WSUTech coming out here. What is possibly the last fight here of this part of Krakoa. STLCC looking to force the third, with WSUTech looking to just close out. So in here, there is going to be a pick. Valor will be pick on the Storm. Emma is going to go ahead and try to peel for the Punisher. Punisher will go ahead and have to hold. Does get the one, and then wow, Char will go ahead and get two with the Phoenix hold, both the Sue and the Cloak and Dagger. In comes the ult on behalf of Hulk. Hulk is going to get demeched, and there's going to be the pick out there. STLCC will go ahead and flip. Only two more left. Wolverine will come out here out of the strange portal. Punisher going straight into turret form. Both teams just trying to get any sort of pick here early. Emma's going to go ahead and get a kick, and out comes Cloak and Dagger is dead. Does look like they're going to possibly commit some ults here. Strange will get a pick out on Wolverine. Hulk's going to go to pick out on the Punisher. Punisher will get rezzed as well. Razor being out of this fight now. Emma is going to go ahead and commit as both try to figure out just how many wants to commit in case they go to the next map. Does look like JJ with the pick out on Hulk. Cloak and Dagger going to pick out on Punisher. Still a lot going on here. Char will go ahead and go down. WSUTech SU Sue ult still being involved in. Eye of Agamotto goes out. They're going to go ahead and get three picks there early. So blows going forward from both sides consistently and constantly. And STLCC trying to close this out. Venom going through and comes then as well. STLCC will take this one, forcing the map 3. Electrifying stuff coming out here onto map 3. We're going to go to round 3 of map 3, heading in. Does look like STLCC is going to stay similar as they try to arrange themselves properly here. Luke TM setting up the armor packs early, thinking about the friends and how they're going to enjoy their armor packs. And then WSUTech here getting set up as well. So STLCC and WSUTech coming into map 3, round 3 of map 3, each looking to go ahead and close out here and get onto the next map. So, right, here we go. STLCC coming through. They're going to go ahead and looks like go straight to points and possibly force a fight there. Actually going to stay high side instead. Alright, so Strain does come out here. They're going to go ahead and fight up on this area of high ground. That looks like WSUTech will go ahead and drop and just try to take an angle. WSUTech does end up getting kind of forced back here, not able to really push out. Hulk will go ahead and commit in. Does look like Emma will go and push in as well. Razor will go get pushed down. There's going to be a res, however. And looks like Phoenix is just looking for anything. And there is the Storm ult as well, which will stop it. And so then they'll be up to. In comes the Hulk. Does look like Valor is going to get picked out as well. In comes a Squirrel Girl ult. Looking for that. And then Phoenix is going to, however, survive this, just trying to pick out on the Hulk, get the baby out, and does. So STLCC will actually take this points and get 30% almost on it on this first fight. Does look like Emma is going to go ahead and just kind of take some damage, work on those support ults, and then see if they get a quirky pick, however, but they will need to back out because this is not an advantageous position to actually take a fight, and they will do so slowly here. A double shield kind of going on. Does look like Punisher is going to go ahead and just keep on that turret form, forcing them out. Hulk up top, and it does look like JJ will go ahead and force a fight up there and backing up. Swirl Stampede coming back through again. Luke TM will go down. Tsukiyomi will go down. No res for this time, it looks like. Are they going to commit any ults to kind of keep it? They're at 60%. Valor will go ahead and get a pick out on the Storm. Hulk get the pick out on Valor. And it comes to Sue ult as well. There is going to go ahead and be the Magneto ult. That is going to go ahead and go down. Phoenix is going to go ahead and survive. There's going to be the Sue ult from WSUTech that does come out. JJ trying to get out of it, unable to, and so will Char go down, but not without getting another 20%. Luke TM will indirectly res JJ, which might cause a stagger here, and it does. Okay, so WSUTech now getting the flip. STLCC getting it all the way to 80%. If they're able to get some ult commits out from WSUTech and win this fight, this could be territory for them to go ahead and take this map. Now, squirrel goal for WSUTech is just taking some blobs, and they're getting a lot of ult charge from it, as they'll be coming up with their ult here pretty soon because of it. So, it does look like they're going to go take the teleporter and change the angle. There is going to be an ult commit by Emma, as well as the Luke TM. In comes the ult uh, through as well. Cloak and Dagger ulting for WSU Tech to try and survive. Sukium will get to pick out on the Hulk. Valor will get to pick out on the Cloak and Dagger. Does look like they are just so hesitantly trying to just finish out the pick. They'll get to pick out on the Sue. Down goes the Blade as well and the Magneto. STLCC trying desperately to get this last 15% here coming through. Only with two, now they have three ults to just one of WSU6's ult. That does happen to be that Blade ult, which can be catastrophic if done correctly. Hulk is just going to go ahead and push through for the touch. STLCC trying to get to it. In comes the Blade ult on top of the portal. And then they're going to get two. Razor will get one as well. Valor another. And then Valor two more. Three more as he holds through. And STLCC will go ahead and take map 3 against WSU Tech. Krakoa going to STLCC. We are, again, like I said earlier, in for a very, very, very exciting series here. We will be back here momentarily with map 4.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
How does a creature so small lift a weapon so large?
Same as you, pal. I'm worthy. Wanna trade?
Ha! Verily you must jest, Rocketeer.
It was worth a try.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here they are now.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Alright, coming in here onto map 4. Revan's gonna go get the pick early out on the Moon Knights. Like Angela will be just kind of floating around there, gonna push the Magneto out here into the team. We'll push him again. Magneto will go ahead and go down as well. Pick there. It does look like STLCC is going to pick up on a Moon Knight. That does come out here over behind. The team is getting split up. This is kind of a terrible situation for STLCC to be in. So you can't really support a heal nor heal for tank while you tank. Looks like Cloak and Dagger's gonna go ahead and shadow them. In comes a couple units as well. Just holding here to try and waste as much time as possible. Razor is coming up on an ult as well as Fowler. It does look like Char is going to kind of hold this as close as possible for as long as possible. In comes Moon Knight ult from WSUTech. WSUTech will then start to commit the ult from the Punisher. STLCC will go ahead and bring out the ult as well. Char gonna get a pick out on the Moon Knight. Will go ahead and go down, however, then get rezzed. So this does allow them to kind of stabilize here. In comes the ult by Stu as well. Cloak and Dagger will go ahead and ult through the Stu ult, stopping that push a little bit. In comes the Cloak and Dagger ult from WSUTech as well. Magneto ult from WSUTech as well coming out. They will get picks out on Luke TM and Fowler. And then in comes Razor as well. And then Luke. Now, Luke TM will go ahead and ult, bring all of the team back. They're going to go ahead and reset in this corner, get ready. Char will go down immediately, and Luke TM will res Char. They're still holding it at the point. Razor is going to go down as well. Magneto here with ults. Does look like Thor will go ahead and commit, get a pick out on the Sue, as well as Moon Knight will go ahead and go down from JJ. There is Revan will get pick out on the Punisher. They are going to go ahead and possibly see a few. Nope, not able to get the pick out on this Magneto. There is on WSUTech's half here. It does look like Angela does go around. In comes the Moon Knight ult that will get the pick out on JJ. JJ will get rezzed, and then Char is going to go ahead and go down as well. Magneto getting the pick out there. STLCC with 3 ults. In comes the Cloak and Dagger ult as well as the 2 ults for WSUTech. Both team committing very high value ults. Revan will go ahead and go down, and so will Sue. Magneto ult comes out. Angela ult comes out as well for WSUTech. WSUTech with only 50 seconds left. Does look like STLCC is going to look to prepare to go ahead and get a strange portal in. Does look like as well the Angela for WSUTech is going to go ahead and try and take notice of that. Does see the portal come out and does let the team know. They are going to go ahead and drop on them. In comes the Punisher ult. Angela will go ahead and make it tough for Rockets. Luke TM is going to go ahead and get the pick out on the Moon Knights, committing both Rocket ult as well as looks like Cloak and Dagger coming up from WSUTech. Thor's gonna go ahead and try and get the pick out on the Sioux. Unable to, will have to go ahead and jump back out. 2 ults still for STLCC coming to this final fight with 6 seconds left. Revan will go ahead and go down. Will he get rezzed? However, it does not look like it. Punisher will go ahead and go down as well. STLCC is just doing a stabilize here. Luke TM will go ahead and go down. Moon Knight getting to pick out there. They're just going to try and keep as much on a cart here and see if they can get any ults coming out. Charger will go ahead and go down. In comes the commit from Valor. Does look like Luke TM will get a res, and then Rocket Rager will go ahead and get a pick out on the Moon Knight. Punisher gets to pick out Luke TM, just increasing his death count. Does look like Strange has ult, and will need to hit it here with a big one. In comes a big Strange ult from Char. Gets pushed away. Revan will go ahead and get a pick out on the Angela, and then Stu will go down from JJ as well. Ult still yet to be committed. In comes the Punisher ult. Moon Knight ult as well. So that's 2 from WSUTech as they try to back. In comes the ult from Adam. But it looks like Angela will go ahead and commit the ult. Will go down. Very odd fight there happening. Magneto ult comes out. Only looks like 1 or 2 has been able to get out here of that room, so they are just holding it. Does look like Magneto will come for JJ. We'll get the pick out on the Punisher. Coming out up on the Cloak and Dagger ult here, STLCC is. Moon Knight ult comes out again. So Revan's gonna go get the pick out on the Sioux. Does look like Valor will go ahead and commit the Cloak and Dagger ult, getting not a whole lot here. Angela will go ahead and go down for WSUTech, as well as 3 or 4 others, and STLCC will go ahead and hold them on that first corner, making a very viable moment here to close out this map 4 and take the series. STLCC will go ahead and talk it over, trying to see what they can get done.
Before you attack, get ready.
Burn this thing. Listen, Moon Knight, nice form, Groot, knock them off. Until we finish saving your realm. I'll give her something. Can only be lifted by those deemed worthy. I'm not perfect, but Khonshu seems to think I'm worthy enough. I have met Khonshu. Pardon me if I do not think
The battle starts in 5,
I might just play Punisher for the shotgun.
Alright, here we go. Coming out on this map here, trying to see if they can go ahead and close out the series. Does look like Jeff is going to be the choice here by Luke TM. Valor will get the pick out on the... Bucky will go down by Moon Knight as well. I couldn't think of who that was for some reason. We're going to go ahead and just move on with our lives. Alright, so it does look like Groot is going to go ahead and wall off Thing as well. They're just trying to get any sort of picks out here, but also building a lot of ult charge. In comes Valor's ult as well. This is going to be big, and they will actually C9, and that will be the series. STLCC will go on to beat WSUTech, and just a great game overall for STLCC, especially when we know this team all too well. Them definitely being such a force in STLCC's desire to improve due to the matches we had against them last year. So we're going to go ahead and close it out for this evening. We thank everybody for going out and hanging out and having a good time. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. It helps us grow in every which way possible. Our team is very excited. So we'll get out here. Thanks again. We'll be back tomorrow for Valorant.